So here's the thing. In situation like this, yeah, knowledge of the map might be very fucking good. Like, normally I would stay and play with them on this level because it's just more fun. But if I would want to win an invasion without any sort of risk, or by mitigating the risk to the minimum, I would just go on this ladder. From now on, I literally won. This is it. This is GG. You cannot leave that place in another way. The only thing you can do is climb this ladder. And now, because of the proper tool for the job, I can just do that, yeah? Like, this is over. I just won. Invasions are not about fundamentals. Invasions are about kind of like just outsmarting your opponents, yeah? About deceiveness and trickery. That shouldn't be the backstab attempt, but it was nonetheless. I messed up. Like, there's essentially like there's no fundamentals when you see something like that, yeah? Like, how we can talk about fundamentals when like you basically have this happening, yeah? Like, bunch of different latencies. 3 gamers with the hyper armor weapons, one of them spamming Ash of War that literally does things like crazy. You cannot really like go with the fundamentals in the invasions. Like, fundamentals is something that you can learn maybe in duels, yeah? No. Normally that would be outspace, but because of this latency it was not an outspace. As simple as that, yeah? Shamshir is pretty good overall. Did I see a fucking like... Okay, amazing. The guy actually has the freaking... thrusting shields on top of everything. So yeah, like... Fundy's going out of the window in situation like this. Well, sometimes you also get the Damas host. The guy is still walking away. Oh, hello. What's up? You're gonna do what? Oh. Like, that was a good example of a moment where you just, if you have like a correct tool, you pretty much can fuck over everyone in the room. Of course, it would be also different if these people would be prepared. If they had, like, for example, like some dude with the endure or whatever, then I would get fucked over. But invasions honestly are like that. Sometimes you're just going to, or usually, in fact, you're going to get a mix of people that are like somewhat PvP ready. For example, are like renowned co-opers that are prepared for the invaders, because, well, if you are doing co-op, then you are going to fight invaders. It is just how this game actually goes. But it's all about, as I said, just like choosing like a proper tool for whatever is happening, and the fundamentals and overall like the very basic gameplay is only happening if you are going to end up with like 1v1 scenario maybe, yeah? Or like you have very low latency to your opponents, something like that. Otherwise, It's basically pure trickery like here. I just click endure. And that's about it. Hi. I'm dead. He's dead. Like here you had like example of the fundies, yeah, but that's about it. Broski is just jumping like an ape. That's entire gameplay loop that you're seeing here. So yeah, like it's much better to literally go to the arena. Usually you're going to be like fighting, actually like a, let's call it rather bad type of players. You're gonna meet like a lot of the cosplayers, you're gonna meet a lot of like first time attendants, you're going to meet like complete newbies and so on, but from time to time you are going to fight someone that actually understands how to fundamentally play the video game, and then by fighting people like that you are going to learn. Like legitimately, it's just so much better to learn fundies of the game and fundamentally how to play the game in duels than in invasions. It's just first you're going into duels, you get in your fundamentals, then you're going into invasions, and then you are learning, let's call it trickery, yeah? And by having these two, you actually become like a very decent player, because you see, you have shit tons of duelists that are good invaders, but it's way less common for someone that is fundamentally invader to be a good duelist. And just working like that. One of these roads of playing the video game in PvP is like working well with another, but there is an issue with like the other way around, basically. Huh. Okay. I mean, like, do you see what's going on here? Like, isn't it a little bit ridiculous? Well, it is. But yeah, invasions are pretty much ridiculous. Think of invasions as if it was kind of like a casual mode in like games like Apex Legends or whatever, like a public lobbies basically, yeah? Unranked. Or like in the older Call of Duty games when there was like no skill-based matchmaking, yeah? That's basically what average invasion is. It's just pure chaos. And essentially a place where you're rather supposed to go to for fun rather than in order to learn. You are not really going to learn the game correctly if you are like gonna be only invading. Big fan of the gags, but it seems impractical. It's very practical in invasions. Like that's the thing. Actually having like a setup that can literally one-shot or deal like or kill people into heads if they have optimal set, it's actually very practical in invasions. So okay, like look, for example, gags in duels is not that great overall, yeah? It's like, if you can focus on one relatively slow weapon, it's just not that great of the tool overall for duels. But in the invasions, because of potential like one-shot ability, you can actually use gags and be very successful with it. In fact, it's one of better tools in invasions. So like here we have, for one, a setup of 200 tally, spear tally, and relatory or whatever, like, you know, the crouch damage tally, yeah? So with all these things enabled, we can actually potentially just fuck over people and kill them in practically 2 shots. I mean, like, this guy literally is lagging the... Holy shit, this latency. I don't even know what to say, but I'm glad it's over. Oh, that was actually the host. Or more like that wasn't the host. Can I roll catch him? Yeah, I can. Or even backstab him out of roll. But yeah, you got the point, yeah? Like, basically, ability to eliminate someone very quickly is very important in the invasions. In duels, it is not that important. Because of that, overall, in duels, way more setups might be actually somewhat viable. Whereas in invasions, you have like kind of limited amount of setups that can be actually good, because what's important in invasions is so you can eliminate your opponent fast. And well, certain setups are just not good at it, like they actually shine in different categories. I won't need to do that here, yeah, but another thing about invasion is, like, you're always supposed to have like a tool in order to just like kind of like stall the fight, yeah? Stalling is important. Like, for example, when there's like shitons of players that have like a lot of like defensive abilities for whatever reason, or for example like the net is very bad, you sometimes just don't really want to jump in between your opponents. In fact, you usually don't want to jump in between your opponents. You want to look for the 1v1s, yeah? So, like for example here, one guy overextended, and then I could potentially attack him. I failed, but I have to move back. No point to further fight. Like, I shouldn't get hit by that, to be fair. But yeah, in situation like that, you need a stalling tools. One of the most disgusting ones is Bone Bow, with its Alto Gaming. Like, another one is, without a doubt, like the... Oh, wait. The Great Bow. That one is pretty good as well, but yeah, you got the point, yeah? You just need something that will allow you to kite. Also, when you're an invader, you probably want to use stuff like Bestial Vitality in order to just slowly regenerate your health, because sometimes you're just simply gonna run out of healings. So like, it's better to just slowly regen your shit rather than just like use your Estus. And yeah, we're back. We're back to slowly hitting them, wasting their Crimson Hills, and wish for the best. And yeah, like maybe like also focus on someone that sends fucking projectiles at you, because it would be nice to not fucking die to the Alto button that like goes through the half of the map. We can hit it on this side. Let's go back. We actually... Gonna hit this boyo. So... This guy actually overextended. I'm gonna be able to kill him probably. Yeah. Like, usually the host overextending, this is actually very common in invasions. Usually you still want to kill phantoms first, because host in most of cases is just hardest target to kill, because they might have like a rune arcs, therefore have like a 30+% of the HP. So yeah, usually it's actually better to kill phantoms initially, but well, when the host going to overextend, just murder the guy. Like, it's your goal. You gotta have to kill the hosts. That's your goal as an invader. Not let them actually get to the boss fight. And also, like, you're winning by eliminating the host. So yeah, when you have opportunity to do that, just do that. Okay, this is ridiculous. Who the fuck these guys are? Like, look at that. Holy shit. That's actually so funny to see what we actually just witnessed. One guy with Pata, another with the Qatar. Do I see a sword lens? Yeah, the hyper armor. Okay, that's gonna be so funny. But yeah, you see like what's happening here? These guys actually going after me. Instead of going to the boss, they are like running after me, because in this game an invader is not really a threat. It's more like a source of runes, if anything. Like, people can actually go all the way back throughout the level, just like chase down the invader, because there is honestly like the guy is just not a threat, or not as big as a threat like it would be in, like, let's say Dark Souls 1 or 2. And honestly, I think it's fine. I like this idea. It's just that in order in order to make such gameplay actually interesting, you kind of need to have like multiple invaders in the world, yeah? Like you need to have that dynamic from Dark Souls 3, where you have like a multiple gamers and you have like that ongoing war between the host squad and the invader squad. And then like that dynamic is fun, but since Elden Ring doesn't have that dynamic, then you are ending up in a situation where you are kind of at mercy of the hosts not being a shitter. And if they are shitters, then yeah, like it's getting like rough. Even like a technically like PvEers, like this is not even like this squad, for example, it's like a squad of PvEers, or at least I think so, but like just by the fact like these guys have some brain dead tools, like this guy screams like a fucking moron over and over on the relatively high latency. There is like immediately like practically nothing I can actually do. I just have to play very defensively and hope for their mistake, which is incredibly fucking frustrating. Oh, we just got headshotted. Invasions be like that, yeah? Like Broski literally started throwing fucking rancor shot at me from the fucking like point blank position. Like we are getting so dogpiled. It's still fucking going, dude. Like this is actually so ridiculous. They actually fucking traveled through the half of the fucking map already, yeah, just to get me here. And because of the bone bow here, yeah, like I just straight up cannot fucking properly maintain them in any way, shape or form. Because of the latency, I cannot like one-shot this guy, which is also very unfortunate. Yeah, I immediately actually just, yeah, it takes too long to register the hit. I feel like we just gotta have to pull off this at this point. Okay, so they chased me all the way through, and now like they are actually only coming back like bloodthirsty fucking bitches, dude. Those are invasions for you, yeah? Like the moment we actually went somewhere where we might actually get some help from the PvE, they are immediately retreating. Perfect example of how broken exploitable this game is. Well, yeah, like invasions, basically you really have to love like PvP in these games, like, or just realize the fact that like you like this type of experience that Souls games give you. And honestly, just since Elden Ring released, other games like dipped in popularity, there is really not much of the choice. You can play technically Dark Souls 3, but this is completely different experience to what you had, let's say, like when there was no Elden Ring released yet, yeah? And we are back to square one, like the gamer is just literally posing here. That's fucking it. He actually got comfortable for a split of a second and instantly fucking dead. Who could have thought? That's Invader's experience for you. This invasion took, let me actually see real quick, almost 30 minutes, as you can see. Like, this is the name of the host, I think. Yeah, one of the phantoms, another phantom. So 27 minutes ago I have connected these people, almost 30 minutes long invasion. So like, as an invader, you pretty much gotta have to deal with this type of shittery a lot, and this is when like the fundamentals of the gameplay are actually like at the huge price for you, because once shitter host is going to finally feel overconfident, and they always do, you can just finish them quickly. But besides that, like a trickery in form of like some sort of the bone bows, of some sort of like just like pretty much some sort of form of being extremely patient and just being very careful about your like what you are exactly doing. This is what is the main thing when you're an invader, when you're invading around. Sadly, not fundamentals, because fundamentals are not going to help you when you're getting dogpiled by 3 fucking randos. And that's about it. Life of invader is a hard life. If you want to learn fundamentals, go fucking onto the arena or play with your friends.